Okay, I have a question for you guys out there. If you're married, what does your spouse think about your watch collection? Because my wife, to be honest, is not a huge fan. I mean, it's not that she hates the watches per se. Maybe she doesn't love how much I spend on them. And we all know that more than once, a few of us have probably snuck a new piece or a new strap or a new purchase into the house. Now, I like to share my whole life with my wife, so I tell her everything. But I know that when I talk watches, all that she hears is that voice from the teacher on Charlie Brown. And so I thought it would be interesting to grab one of my watches, give it to her, and get her opinion on things. And so I have no idea if this is going to work, but let's give it a try. This is a new segment that I'd like to call Wife Watch Reviews. Essentially, my wife hates all of my watches, and I'm always asking her what she thinks of a new watch, and she usually says she hates it. So I'm going to give her one of my favorite watches and ask her some questions and get her to help me out with a little bit of a review. So here is the watch, and my wife's name is Nikki. Nikki, here you go.
Okay.
So there you go.
This is one of my least favorite.
What are your first impressions of this watch?
There's a lot of watch. There's a lot to it. It's busy.
It's busy.
It's busy. Yeah.
Okay.
The blue is nice. I don't hate the blue, but I don't like the band and yeah, it's very watchy.
It's very watchy. What does that mean exactly?
It's just I don't know. I can see like I look at this watch and I think to myself like, oh, you know what, dude, he's like 76. He's sporting this watch. He really likes it.
76. You think this is an old man's watch?
I think all the watches are old man watches.
Okay, this is a sports watch. This is geared to like young, athletic. It's called a dive watch. Someone who takes it 200 meters of water resistance. You know, you could. I only go in 6 feet of water, but I could legitimately take it much further if I wanted.
I was gonna say, when was the last time you went deep sea diving?
I prefer cocktails by the pool, not in the pool. In case you're not familiar with the watch that Nikki's looking at today, this is a Seiko Save the Ocean, dubbed the Samurai. Inside the movement is a 4R35 with hacking and hand winding. It's made of stainless steel. It's 43.8 millimeters wide, 13.5 thick, 48 millimeters tip to tip. So yeah, it's a big guy. It's got hard-lex mineral crystal and 200 meters of water resistance. So this is one bad watch. Well, what's the weight like to you?
It is so heavy. It's just so noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
So very noticeable. Just like so much watch.
So this is a Seiko, and it's got a long code name of numbers and letters, but the community has given this watch a nickname. Any guesses what the nickname on this watch would be?
Old man watch 196.
They call it the Seiko Samurai.
Ah.
Any guesses why?
No, it does not.
You don't see any samurai inspiration there?
Nope.
Well, kind of look at the sword, long sword minute hand, and then the hour hand looks like, the tip of a spear or something, and then it's got these angular lugs to it. These things here are called lugs. So it just kind of reminds them of the armor and the swords of a samurai, which I'm sure, judging by your expression, you can totally see.
It's totally seeable. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now, if you saw a dude walking down the street wearing this watch, what would you think?
I would probably think something like, oh, my husband has 400 watches that looks like that.
You think all my watches look the same? Now let me, here's another diver. This is another Seiko diver. This is the venerable Seiko SKX. Now,
they're the exact same watch.
they are not. Which one would you choose if you had to choose one?
So I've been given no choice.
You have no choice. You have to wear a watch.
I have to pick one of these watches.
You don't get a choice.
I can't just walk away from this situation.
You can't walk away from the deal. There's a gun to your head. Which do you choose?
Oh, well, then I take that one. The black
Take the
one.
SKX? Why?
It's like better than the blue one.
Okay.
It's less like out there. It's less in your face. I find the blue one to be very in your face.
You have to share the screen with me. You're like hogging all the screen. I'm off here.
All right.
There you go. Just like the bed and the covers. Taking it all. All right. Well, any final
too.
and my money too. Any final thoughts on this blue Save the Ocean Seiko? By the way, part of the proceeds go to Save the Ocean.
How much of the proceeds?
I don't know, 0.2%.
Oh yeah, they're really doing their part.
And this one's a lot of fun because it has a clicky bezel. You can spin, you can turn that bezel. Give it a turn. Tell me how much fun. I know that's all.
That's what I was thinking. This watch, this is fun. I can't. Oh, it does. I do like the clicky. That is fun.
You clicked it a whole 3.
How much clicking do I need to do?
Check this. Well, it's all the way around. Look, you go. So I use this.
It doesn't change anything about how I feel about the watch.
But the nice thing about it is when you go into a grocery store or Winners, I can set it to the minute, and then I can tell how long you've been in there.
It can help you micromanage my time. That's so nice.
I am under no illusion that I can manage your time. I just want to know how much of my time you're managing. All right. Any final thoughts before we put this away?
It's a watch.
It's a watch.
It's a watch.
That's how you feel about all of my watches.
They're just watches.
All right. Well, this has been a wife watch review. I'm sure you learned absolutely nothing. But I had a good time doing it. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time, honey. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.